would like to begin by acknowledging the Indigenous peoples of all the lands we call Canada. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands we call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility to improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all of the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations, people that call this land home. Please join me in a moment of reflection to acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past and to consider how we are and can each, in our own way, try to move forward in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Welcome to the PETES Art Club Collection 2022 at the CD Howe building. In undertaking this project, more than 20 different young artists from grade 3 to 6, representing Pierre, Elliot, Trudeau Elementary School in Gatineau, Quebec, worked hard over the winter months of 2021 and 2022 to produce some thoughtful and creative pieces of artwork with a focus on Indigenous themes, style, and culture. These young artists come from a variety of backgrounds, including many from various Indigenous communities in Quebec. Many of the students were working on their first project of this kind and took to the task with energy, creativity, open mind, and keen focus. For the paintings and illustrations, woodland and Haida style were primarily used, and other notable contemporary Indigenous artists were very influential on all of the students' work. The PETES Art Club looked at works by James Bay Cree artist Shirley Chikachu, as well as Anishinaabe artist Norval Morisseau and Jackson Beardy, Inuit artist Kenujorjuak Ashevak, Algonquin artist Frank Polson, Wayne McKenzie, and Clarence Mills, Ojibwe artist Jim Oshinigashan, and Mi'kmaq artist Loretta Gould. The students utilized a variety of mediums along with bold colors, confident lines, symbols, and imagination, all the while mindful of a purposeful connection to Indigenous culture across Quebec and Canada. This journey has led to a collection of work that exudes a sense of community, cheerfulness, and spirit. These pieces are influenced by First Nations teachings, ceremony, tradition, and a connection to the land. Each of the student artists considered this an essential function of their art and process. They are learning that art is synonymous with knowledge and can work as a resource for viewers to learn about Indigenous culture and way of life. They also viewed this opportunity to pay tribute to and honor the Indigenous peoples of Canada through a variety of artwork. The artists encourage everyone to commit to understanding the land on which you live, work, and play, and to take action for reconciliation by committing to a sustainable relationship with Indigenous peoples that is rooted in decolonization and compassion. Caitlin Endicott Chrétien, grade 4, Spirit Bear. A young black bear is portrayed representing humility and honesty, utilizing the colors of the medicine wheel. Odin Lloyd, Grade 4, Odin's Fish. A fish utilizing sharp color combinations and interesting shapes inspired by woodland-style Algonquin artists. Mia Tivnan, Grade 4, Night Strike. A raven influenced by Haida and Ojibwe-style artist. Mia spent the early years of her life living in the James Bay Cree Nation of East Maine, Quebec. Starla Lakota Bigstone, Grade 4, Acorns and Paws. Animal paws and acorns portrayed against a dark sky. Starla was inspired by woodland-style James Bay Cree and Anishinaabe artists. Starla is from an Anishinaabe Cree family. Starla Lakota Bigstone, Grade 4, Mini Dream Catcher. A small dream catcher portrayed against a dark sky. Starla was inspired by woodland-style James Bay Cree and Anishinaabe artists. Starla is from an Anishinaabe Cree family. Riley Nottoway Baudin, Kittiganik, a dream catcher portrayed against a dark evening sky. Riley was inspired by local Anishinaabe artists in her community and inspired her fellow students with her creativity and knowledge. Riley is from Rapid Lake Algonquin First Nation community. Riley Nottoway Baudin, Tiganik. Abstract style fish-like shapes depicted in a water scene. Riley was inspired by local Anishinaabe artists in her community and inspired her fellow students with her creativity and knowledge. Riley is from Rapid Lake Algonquin First Nation community. Paige O'Connell Brio, Grade 4, Turtle Island. A turtle portrayed from above, inspired by woodland-style Algonquin and Mi'kmaq artists. Toby Edward, Grade 4, Healing Sky. A medicine wheel in a bright blue sky inspired by woodland-style Algonquin and Mi'kmaq artists. Zoe Savoie, Grade 4, Midnight Sun. A northern sunset inspired by woodland-style Algonquin and Cree artists. The sun plays an important role in an Indigenous art representing life, giving abundance, warmth, healing, and peace. Taylor Leslie, Grade 4, Peking Owl. A close-up owl's head inspired by woodland-style Cree and Inuit artists. Owls represent wisdom and magic in northern Indigenous cultures. Annabelle Richer, Grade 3, Growing Sky. Seeds, acorns, and the sun representing growth and life, inspired by woodland-style Cree and Algonquin artists. Nevaeh Van Ebden, Grade 3, Connection. A central heart connected to a butterfly and flower with a water backdrop inspired by a woodland-style Cree and Algonquin artists. Vanessa Anderson, Grade 4, Paw Print. Large orange paw print portrayed with bright blue background inspired by woodland-style Algonquin and Inuit artists. Orange was chosen to acknowledge the emotional, mental, and physical trauma the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis endured during the residential school era. Toby Edward and Mia Tivnan, Grade 4, Snow Walk. A collaborative piece portraying a bear walking in a woodland area in winter and inspired by woodland-style Cree and Inuit artists. Mia spent the early years of her life living in the James Bay Cree Nation of East Maine, Quebec. Lexi Charlebois, Grade 4. Birds and plants are portrayed against a northern evening sky in Cree and Algonquin woodland style. Kat Kananova, Toby Edward, and Mia Tivnan, Grade 4, Home. Toby, Kat, and Mia collaborated on this piece portraying a map of Quebec and First Nations people of the province. Orange was chosen to acknowledge the emotional, mental, and physical trauma the First Nations, Inuit, Métis endured during the residential school era. Kat Kananova, Vanessa Anderson, Zoe Savoie, and Starla Lakota Bigstone, Grade 4. PETES Talking Stick. A stick found in the school playground was used to create this artifact, modeled after an Algonquin talking stick. The talking stick, used in many Indigenous cultures, is an ancient and powerful communication tool that ensures a code of respect during meetings. The person holding the stick is designated as having the right to speak, and all others must listen quietly and respectfully. Talking sticks can be elaborately carved, brightly painted, unpainted, adorned with symbolic items such as fur, leather, and feathers, or unadorned and simple. The wood, the figures, the colors, and the adornments all carry meaning. Kayak Agunutimerik, Polar Bear. Pre-cut soapstone carving of a polar bear standing on ice in Inuit style. Kayak is originally from Igloolik, Nunavut, a prominent Inuit community. Jamie Beaulieu, Grade 4, Turtle. Pre-cut soapstone carving of a turtle with Algonquin woodland-style pattern carved into the shell and polished to a dark finish. Inuit style with Algonquin influences. Sophie Binkley, Grade 4, Bear Cub. Original soapstone carving of a bear cub face, Inuit style. Nomida Al-Ghibli, Grade 4, Timberwolf. Pre-cut soapstone carving of a wolf in a howling posture, Inuit style. Melanie Ballolane, Grade 4, Goosehead. Original soapstone carving of a goosehead, Inuit style. Zoe Savoie, Grade 4, Earthbeat. Prefabricated handheld drum painted in woodland Algonquin style. The drum is an important part of Indigenous ceremony and culture. Zoe wished to honor the drum by showing its connection to the land. The drum represents the universal heartbeat of Mother Earth. Elena Miracle, Grade 5, Beaded Mitten. Algonquin-style hand-stitched and beaded deerhide mitten. Elena worked on this piece with her mother. Elena is an Indigenous student from Mohawk and Algonquin background. Alia Hunala, grade 6, 7 wolves. 7 wolf heads portrayed on a medicine wheel. 7 connects to the 7 grandfather teachings: wisdom, love, respect, bravery, honesty, humility, and truth. Alia is from the Algonquin community. Abigail Balalone, grade 3, flower pool. Flowers are portrayed on a watery blue and purple background. Avery Nottoway Baudin, grade 3, whale rising. A whale's tail emerging from the water against a deep red sun. Avery is from the Rapid Lake Algonquin First Nation community. Romy Enik Nunavut Moment, Inuit woman and child with dog. Romy is originally from Nunavut and her artwork reflects Inuit style. Bradley Blum, grade 4, totem. Miniature totem pole wood carving modeled after totem poles of the West Coast, Indigenous peoples, particularly Haida style. Totem poles are moments created by First Nations of the Pacific Northwest to represent and commemorate ancestry, histories, people, or events. Totem poles are typically created out of red cedar, a malleable wood native to the region, and would be erected to be visible within the community. BGIS and PSBC have collaborated and continue to collaborate to support reconciliation and provide a platform for young Indigenous students to explore their Indigenous art heritage.